Hi, welcome to the second session of this Plone Hands On. Today we will learn how to customize your site theme in Volto through the web. I'm co-hosting today with David Ichim. Hello, David.
Hello, Victor. Nice being here.
Yeah, nice to have you here also. And yeah, brief introduction. I'm Victor Fernández de Alba. I'm part of the Volto team and release manager of Plone Volto. And how do you want to do a brief introduction of yourself, David?
Yes, and I'm David Ichim. I am also part of the Volto team, and I'm a Volto developer working with all the web, wow, for like the past 13, 14 years, from all the way from Plone 2.1 to now Volto 18. So happy to be here.
Okay, thanks, David. Yeah, let's go to the subject then. We will show today some of the showcase of some of the new features that can be found as a core features of Volto. And we will use the Volto Live theme to showcase them because the Volto Live theme leverage all these new features. And we would like to show to you how Volto Live theme uses them to customize a website through the web. So the first thing that we wanted to show you is how Volto Live Theme 6, which is currently in alpha, I think that alpha 21 to this moment. So we already have gone through some testing and iterations on this alpha. Probably it will go final during this month. Yeah, and you can try the things that we're going to show you in this URL is the light-theme.kitconcept.io is the one that it shows you there. You can play with it. Don't play it now because I'm going to to showcase something, so we don't step on each other. But you can play on this later. You can log in with the normal admin default password, and you can also play online with it. I will only ask you that just wait a few minutes until we end the demo. And yeah, you'll see this Volto. Maybe you already been here testing the Volto Live theme, but now we are using, and let's take a look. We're using, as I said, the latest alpha in here. And let's take a look at what we added in this new Volto Live theme. So basically, we added a set of behaviors that will complement your content types, right? And they will allow you to customize the site through the web. So yeah, if you click edit, we added these content types by default in this demo to the Plone site. So if you go to the Plone site, you should see these behaviors in here, right? We have the header customizations, we have the theming, colors, behavior, and we have the footer customization. Yes?
Just a second. At least for the YouTube viewers, I see that there's a delay from the streaming to the YouTube. So if you can just wait a few seconds whenever you introduce a few concepts. Just in case somebody watches from YouTube and not from StreamYard, I've noticed, that they need a few seconds until the screen changes. But otherwise, this is great.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. So yeah, as we were saying, we have these three behaviors that customize the header, the color, and the footer, right? These customizations are covers from the site logo to enable or disable the FAT menu that we have in VLT. It enables a completely different header for intranets that are tailored that is tailored for intranets. We can have an intranet flag. We can customize the site actions. Let's take a look one by one, maybe. For example, in the header customizations, we can set up a new logo. Let's use this logo, for example, and let's try that right away, right? So you see that the logo is set up right away, and we can continue also. And for example, let's try this adding a site action. So we have this widget in here that will allow us to set a site action. Let's say that we want to put the sitemap in here, right? Sitemap, and then we will map it to the normal Volto sitemap, right? And here we are. Here we will have the action in here. Let's say that we can also, I don't know, put the login in here. So we can say login and then redirect people to the /login normal for Volto. And once we save, we will have the actions here at the top also working correctly. Yeah. The other thing that is also interesting is that you can also enable an intranet header, which is completely different from the other one. This was already a feature for VLT, and you can also set kind of a flag for the intranet saying, no, this intranet, and you can have a message in here at the top. So yeah, basically we can do these small customizations and then update the headers or the other components that we have in our site to match these configurations, right? And then we have also the colors.
Maybe,
yeah.
Just a second, we have a request from Thomas if we can add a link to the Facebook in the site action. So if it accepts also external links,
exactly,
not just internal.
Well, you can even select from the local, the object browser shows up, but you can type right away, right? https facebook.com, right? And then it will point to Facebook, as you can see.
Awesome. So it works also with external and not just the internal site actions.
Yes.
Quite useful.
Yes. Another useful thing is that we can define a set of colors in here. So we have these 5 colors that controls what it says here. We are able to, for example, to change the footer background color. And if we go to the footer, we have this widget and will allow us to change the color of the widgets. You can see also that the changes happen on the fly. We will take a look later how this is done in Volto, because it's using a Volto thing. It's not that it's VLT. So VLT is leveraging of all these features to have a user-facing UI, right? But this is all baked into Volto today in Volto 18, right? Another color that you can set is, for example, the footer background color. So you can change it in here. And a nice addition that we put into VLT is that it has an area validator. So it checks for accessibility. For example, if these color are too close and it's not good for contrast, it will tell you, and it will complain until you find a color that is correct for the contrast. Right now it doesn't break, then it means that the contrast is fine. But on the other side, if we choose a lighter color, it will complain also in here. Right.
This is pretty interesting. I think that in the future, there could be a check also for the links, because if we look, it does not check for it, but the feature is here, and I couldn't wait actually to implement this within our websites. We often have issues with editors that would try to add background colors or text colors that are not accessible. and we have to get to them and tell them, no, the combination is not accessible. But for them to see this, it's really nice. And I hope that you can also show later how we can take advantage of this feature and where we find it.
Yeah, indeed. It's very interesting for users, and this is something that hit us from the beginning, because if we were allowing people to use colors that has the color, text color, and the background color, we should have something that allow us to see if those colors are correct right away, right? I mean, it's not that afterwards we had to go and make a test, which we could, but it would be nice to have kind of this validation on the fly that the user can see right away. We have developed a widget for that. It's on VLT, and you can it's done as a HOC, so you can wrap any widget on that, and you will have the feature right away. In fact, we developed a couple of widgets that are that could be in Volto Core in the future, but we wanted to battle test them first in VLT before moving them to Core. Yeah. So yeah, let's continue a little bit. Yeah, then we have footer customizations. We have the ability of set up some links in here in the footer, the same way that we do for the actions, right? But my link, and then we set up something, and then open a new tab, and it should show right away. Okay, why it's not showing? Interesting.
If you save and you edit, it should show up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe these are not wired yet. Yeah, I will show how to wire things, so you see the outcome right away. And yeah, this is a new thing that we have also available in Volto. Maybe I will show that later also when I show the innards of VLT. Okay. So yeah, we have the footer links and the footer logos that show up here at the top. Let's quickly show them. Yeah, content types. Let's put an image. We can put an alt text and a link. Yeah, and you can have several of them, and then you can show if they show with a big container or with a larger or smaller. Yeah. So we have all these customizations that we are able to pull for our page, and they will show right away, right? In your site. Some of them are wired, or some of them are not. The intention is that everything was wired, and as you change it while you're editing, then you see the outcome right away, right? But yeah, probably that will be fixed on the final version. Yeah, and all this is thanks to a new endpoint. We're able to do this thanks to a new endpoint, because this works for the Plone site, and this is easy, right? Because you are saving the data in the Plone site, then you are using it directly because you are asking for the Plone site. But the fact is that all these customizations that you do at the top in the Plone site, you also want them to show up in other places that are not the Plone site, right? Like this, like here. Here is a content type that is in the tree that is called content types also. Yeah, but still the customizations are still showing, but the data lies, the data are saved in the Plone site, in the parent of this content, right? So how we do that? We implemented a new endpoint that is called the inedit endpoint. And we are calling that endpoint on every call. using the API expanders, and you can see it in here. So we are expanding the inherit endpoint, and we are passing as a parameter which behaviors we want to inherit. So this endpoint, what it does is goes above my ancestors. So I am a content type. It goes above my ancestors and ask my ancestors which is the nearest ancestor that I have that have these behaviors and have the value set, right? It's kind of acquisition. You remember the old acquisition in Plone and in Zope, but done in a filtered and controlled way, right? And you're asking at that point for exclusively these values, not others, right? Let's take a quick look at the documentation for this, right? Let me show you. You can take a look at the documentation in here, and you could see how this behavior works. But this, what I already told you, we can call the endpoint as a standalone. So we can call @inherit and then which behavior I want to inherit, or I can call it as an expander, as I showed you before, right? That we are doing like this. If we are using the expander, the values will come in the add components, as always, as all the expanders do, and the data will be here. And the data has this shape. So you have a key with the behavior that you are asking for, and then the behavior that this data is saving in my nearest ancestor will show here. And in addition, it will show also which is the object above me amongst my ancestors that have answered my query, right? So here I say, okay, give me from my ancestors the data that the Plone navigation route behavior have, and it answered this. So there was no data, but the closest ancestor that I had, it was the Plone side. So this is how it works, and for this reason, we have these values that lies above us in some of my parents, of any of my parents, and I will get these values, and I will be able. So the current page will be able to get these values and apply them correctly in the right place, and the right components will use those values.
Can you maybe open up the kit-concept.volto light theme Python package to show how one behavior was hooked into
sure.
the inherit? I think that would be interesting to see.
Yep, let me show you in here. Yeah, let's close all these. So yeah, one thing that we haven't mentioned, Volto light theme from version 6 will have a Python package that complements the front-end package. And in this Python package, we have the behaviors, and is where the behaviors are stored, and you install the behaviors from there. So here is the shape that have those behaviors. As we said, we have 3, one for the header with these fields, and one for the theme with these fields, and another for the footer with these fields. Yeah, is there something that you are interested in, especially David, that you want to know?
Just one behavior, such as the header logo, how it was created, and how it's hooked up to the inherit, so that the site knows.
Exactly. Let's take a look at this one. This is a normal dexterity name blob image that you save in your dexterity content, right? In your content type. Nothing fancy in here. Just upload something and then it gets saved. And then let's take a look how it looks like. So if I am in this content type, yeah, let's say I am in a page, right? So just to be, so I am in content type / page, and this page have asked not only for the object itself, but I also expanded the inherits with these behaviors: the Volto Light Theme header, the Volto Light Theme theme, and the Volto Light Theme footer. And let's take a look at the response that we got. Maybe it's a little bit small. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. Then the response, we go to the add components and we go to inherit. And then we have, yeah, the as keys, all the answers for every behavior that we're asking for. And let's take a look at the data. So we take a look at the data. Sorry, I will try to make this bigger if I can. Yeah. No, I can't, it seems. Okay. Yeah, we'll see if we can manage. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's do it like that. So we have the Volto Light Theme.header key, we have a data key, and we have all the fields that we saw before. And one of them is the logo, you see? And the logo has the normal serialization for an image, and you can get the actual image that it's in here in the download. And if we want, we can also get the scales, because yeah, we have that for free, right? And the size and the width. So with this information, we will render the logo appropriately. Yeah.
Can you also show how you've enabled the header component on the Plone site? Because as you've mentioned, it's simply a behavior.
Yes. Yeah, let's take a look at this. So we go to the site setup, and we go to add-ons. No, not add-ons. We go to content types. We go to the Plone site, and we go to behaviors, and there are the 3 behaviors are shown in here. So this is the footer one, you see, the header one, and here, since they are ordered alphabetically, yeah, here are the colors one. So once you set up these in yours, then it shows up. Yeah.
And these are the behaviors that are coming from the Git constant Volto Light Theme Python package.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, maybe now we can also show another useful thing. David, what do you think? We can show now how subsites work. That is the last thing that we wanted to showcase, right? Because
yes.
This is only the beginning. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we have concepts at Subsites at EA, and we use a special add-on, I think, from the collective, Volto Subsites. And it would be interesting to also showcase this alternative ways of having subsites with the inherit mechanism, which is part of Plone REST API. It's a stock functionality, not something that is coming from Volto Light Theme. The only thing that is special is the behaviors that are constructed in order for Volto Light Theme to allow the customization. And now let's see the subsite.
Yeah, exactly. The magic is all about the inherit endpoint, right? And yeah, let's do one thing just to make the experience complete. Let's create a content type through the web, and let's create a subsite content type. Subsite, right? Let's create it. Now we have a new content type. Let's add the behaviors to it also. So yeah, the header, the footer, and the theme. Yeah, let's save it. Okay, here we go. Let's reload. Sometimes it doesn't show. Okay, yeah, we have it in here. So okay, let's create the subsite here in the root, right? Let's say, okay, I have my site, but now I want to create the subsite. So I will create this subsite, and let me do one further thing, that is adding the blocks behavior to the subsite here. Okay, here we are. Okay, let's go. So we have the subsite, and let's say that this subsite, it can be anything, right? But let's say that it's my intranet, right? My intranet. And I want, once I save, okay. Since once I saved and I'm looking at this new content type, since my content type is subsite, it has the behaviors, then the first one to answer is myself. And this is also important. If I want a subsite, my inheritance chain starts with me, right? So now that I have a subsite content type, the behaviors are empty. Thus, the logo have changed. It's the one by default, right? And if I go elsewhere of my content type, for example, I go to Plone, it's still the one that I defined before, because in the root, the one that takes into account is the root customization that I did. And if I go elsewhere, it will be also the root. But if I go to the one that I created, to my site, to my intranet, then it's resetted, because my site is the one that starts the chain, right? And I can now do things like that. So let's go there and let's upload another logo. And I will put the Volto logo in here, and I will save. And from now on, only in my subsite, the logo will be changed. But if I go to the main site, it remains, because it's the main site, right? So this way, we can build subsites and make them look differently in a very easy way, the same way that you saw before. And you can do that at any point of the tree. And that's the most powerful thing of the inherit endpoint, that with this pattern, you can build a complex structure of subsites that looks different, right? And I think that this is very powerful and very flexible.
Indeed, especially the change of logo, but there's maybe you can also saw the complementary logo, because at EEA we wanted to show, and for the original logo to take you to the main website, but for the complementary to take you to the root of the subsite, right? And
exactly,
we can have this also.
This is the complementary logo, in here, right? And any other thing. So imagine that now the footer in here, it will be gray, right? So now we have footers gray from here, and from here, and all the other children, right? So all the children of this content type of this subsite will have the same customizations, unless you go and create another subsite, and then the inherit chain will be reset again, and it will start over. Right?
There is a question from the community. From Marcos. I think we should leave this for a bit of FAQ in the end, because it mentions a listing. And maybe when we get to the question and answers, we can tackle this. What do you think?
Yeah, better. I don't know if it's better go on. Which are the question? I mean, maybe if we can ask, if we can answer it quickly, we can. But if It in the listing. But I did it in the listing in Plone 6, but there were 4 tweaks, 2 above and below, and I want to leave 4 cuts aligned. Yeah, but this is how you manage with grids, right? Yeah.
This has to do with the responsive view. I guess if the view isn't probably the card CSS at one point reaches a breakpoint where it transforms them right into 2 instead of keeping the 4.
Yes.
And in order to change that, you need to inspect the CSS and play with the options, modify it. It's probably a media query, and you need to say, right, try to use like a flex to shrink the grid, the card instead of simply to make it larger. Not something that we can show in the demo, but yeah, definitely something that can be done with a bit of CSS overrides.
Yeah, in VLT we're using the Volto grids, and the Volto grids are also set up by default, so they comply with the visual also rules that so they are not worked out in any viewports. But for sure, you can customize them using plain CSS, right? So it's not that it's fixed on anything, and even in the grid, you can even set more cells for the grids than 4. So, for example, you can say maximum 5, and then you can do that as well. Okay, what do you think, David? Should we go to the hands-on right away? Because we want to show you how to create an add-on and configure VLT 6 on it, and you customize it a little bit so you can use these new features. Yeah. Should we show?
I think it's a great idea. We wanted to show you kind of what's possible with this latest round of changes. But now we also want to get your hands dirty and start creating something. So I look forward.
Okay. Let's get our hands dirty. First of all, let's install a project quickly. These days we're working, we had a sprint last week in Bucharest, and we were working in improving Cookie Plone. Now Cookie Plone can be installed also using UV. UV is this new Python package manager that is amazing. And we will be using it for installing and the scaffold of Cookie Plone. You have here in the screen the command for installing UV. I won't install it, but I will show you how it's done. UVX, yeah. So it's this one, UVX run Cookie Plone project. Sorry. Yeah, this is for installing Cookie Plone. That one is for installing UV. The installation of UV is to be found, in the UV site. It's very easy. So is this line. I will run Cookie Plone now. You run Cookie Plone using this command line, UVX run Cookie Plone project. And what I will do is in order to spare us of all the questions that Cookie Plone is asking you for creating this package, I will issue a no input. So yeah, we will have package created with the defaults that it will be called project title, which will be good enough. And let's open it, project title. Okay, we are all set. Okay, first thing that we will do, this is a plain Cookie Plone. So as you might know, So we have the usual backend and front end folders, and we will make make install in all of them. So we can do make not here. Sorry, I will use the terminal in here so we don't have to switch things every time. Okay, make install in here. It will run the install for the backend and the front end, the usual ones. You know that you can also issue these commands from the backend folder or the front end folder. So then you will install only the backend on the front end, which is also very convenient at some point. So you don't have to build everything always, right? Okay, here we are. We have the Plone set. And here we go for Volto. Yeah, cloning.
Now we need the UV version of which will be with Plone 7.
Yeah.
Because look how fast it was to install everything and how much it takes to install everything with within the node land.
Yeah, it used to be worse with yarn and with npm, but yeah, we're getting there. Yeah,
indeed.
Okay, we have it. So yeah, let's try it out first. So let's go to the front end and make a start, and let's open another. Oh, okay, great. So no, I have another open. Awesome. Let's take a look where I have it. Wait a sec. Sorry about that. Yeah, go out. Okay, I think I have it now. Let's try again, make start. Yeah, here we go. Let's start now in the backend in here. Let's hope all is good. Okay, this looks good. And this is building still. Yeah, in Plone 7, we will have Vite also, and it will be way faster. The builds will be way faster. I cannot wait enough for that. So yeah. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, we have our freshly new Plone site set. Let's do one thing now. Let's install VLT and all that we need. So let's stop it. Let's go to the front end. Let's go to package.json. No, not this one. So in order to install VLT, what we normally do is to go to the add-on of the front end side. We go to which lives here in packages, and this is our add-on for our site by default. So we go to the package.json of the add-on. We search for the dependencies. And here we will be typing git-concept/Volto light theme, and we will ask for version 6.0.0 alpha 21. Okay. Since it's a dependency, we need it in here. What else do we need? We need to declare our theme as an add-on. So we will go here, add-on, and we will be opening a new array, and we will say, hey, Volto, here you have your add-ons. One of them is Volto Light theme. Nothing that we have to do is to declare Volto Light theme as a Volto theme, and we do that in Volto config. So in Volto config, in our front end, root folder, we have the Volto config, and we go here and say, hey, whoa, wait a sec. We have Volto Light theme, which is also your theme. Okay, so we are all set with the front end, and let's install it. So we call pnpm install, and it will download Volto Light theme, and it will configure it ready to start it. Okay, let's start the front end again. And let's do the same thing, but for the, what? It failed. Why it failed? Did we save? Yes. Kit concept the light theme, alpha 22. What?
Maybe run the make build all before.
Make
trying.
What?
We have the build from Volto, the build that builds also the registry and so on.
Oh, but I think it ran already. But why it? That's weird. Package Volto. It's strange. Make start. It should work. Well, did I make a typo or something somewhere? Or
go back to Volto config.
No, this is good. Kit concept light theme. Damn. Yeah, this is good. And how about this? Is let me copy other things. It was the same, right? Weird.
No. We got to mention that maybe we need to add the VLT add-ons. No, I don't think so.
No.
Let's check out.
This is weird.
There is a typo. It's not add-on. It's add-ons in the package.json.
What?
Thanks, Alok.
Thanks, Alok. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Thanks a lot. Yes, it was a typo. Okay, here we go. While it's building, let's go to the backend and do the same, because as I told you, now VLT has a backend add-on as well, and we have to declare it as a dependency in the PyProject.toml. So we'll go here and do the same git concept.volto light theme. Yes, that's it. And we will run. We'll stop it. Make install. That's quick.
Yeah, as much as we like the build out days, you can't
exactly.
You can't fight with fast.
That was too fast, I guess, but yeah, man, we'll see. Dependencies, right? Is only here. Yeah. Optional, no. Well, we'll see. We'll see soon enough. Okay. So now we have built-in here, and let's see if we have also the package installed. So we go to admin, site setup in here. No, not actions. Sorry. And add-ons, and we don't have it. Okay, but this is not this is, well, let's take a moment. So I want now to install the behaviors. And if I go to here in Plone side behavior, I should be, yeah, right. It's not in there. Okay, demo effect again. So what I am doing wrong in here? Federico, can I have a help from the voice from above? Kid concept about the live.
Go again. Sorry.
No,
because you added there. Did you add on to dependencies.zcml as well?
No.
Go there.
But it seems that it did nothing, so it did not download anything.
Strange. Make sync in the backend folder.
Here we are.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And now go to add to dependencies.
Should I? Okay.
Yes, just to be 100% sure.
In my package, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. Next up. Okay, here again, behaviors.
Oh, I've learned something new about make a sync for the for the backend. Something to be mindful of in the future when we install things.
Yeah, there's going to be a Workplone Day talk about this when we're going to explain in details. And if you happen to know Portuguese, I know David can understand Portuguese because Romania is pretty close. We have a live today at 15 Brazilian time, 18 UTC, and 20 Central Europe summertime.
Yep, we'll be there. Okay, yeah. Now what we did? Let's go back a little bit. So we installed the front end add-on for VLT. We installed the backend add-on for VLT, and now we are able to set up any content type in my site with these 3 behaviors. What I did is the same that it was done in the demo. Go to the Plone site, add them, add the behaviors to the Plone site. Now, when we edit the Plone site, we have the site logo in here and all the other behaviors. So we could also change the site logo in my demo site, the same as the Volto Live theme demo site. Okay, yeah. So now what we wanted to do quickly is also to do a little bit of customization. So we want to create a block. We'll create a quick block with bare bones, right? But in this block, we will be able, so our purpose will be to be able that this block inherits from these site customization settings and gets the settings from there, right? And how we will do that? We'll do that using a VLT widget, which is the width widget, and we will use also the accent color variable, and we will add that to our block. Yeah. Okay, David. Yeah. Should we go?
Yes. I look forward to it.
Okay, since it's a little bit late, I will copy other things, right? Just to be sure that we are on time. So let's focus now on the front-end side in here, right? Let's open the components and let's drop in there a handful of files. Yeah, so yeah, let's summarize what these components do. This will be my hands-on block edit component. This will be my view component, and this will be my schema. We will go to them, get back to them in a bit. And then we will need to configure the block, and we configure the block as we used to. In here, the settings, we will have config blocks config, then the ID of my block, and I will give it ID, the title of the icon, and then the other configuration. I wanted to use the sidebar, and this will be the schema of the block, the edit component, and the view component. Let's complete the imports for that. Let's do that at the top. Okay. So we have the imports that imports the files that we just put in there. Let's save it. And let's restart the server. And let's see if we can see our block in the configuration. Continuing with this, let's take a quick look at the view. My block will be super simple. It will have a div, a main div, with a class name by default, which will be block hands-on. It will take the class name that is coming from props. This class name is being generated by the style wrapper. And if you want that your block being style wrapper compliant, you should you have to make sure that the class name that is being generated, which comes from the style wrapper and it's in the props, is being applied at some point, at some moment in the HTML of your block, for example, in here. Also, the style wrapper is generating the styles coming from it, and you have also to grab it from the props and put it properly in somewhere in the HTML generated of your add-on, which it will be here. Then we are using a block inner container. Also, this is something that is coming. I hope that soon in the new block model, what we call the block model 3, we're trying to improve the engine, the blocks engine, to be more simpler, and that the boilerplate that blocks needs, it will be also few coder lines. You will be able to have all the features of Volto already in your block. You won't have to do all these things. For example, this will be done for you, and this as well. Yeah, but only I wanted to mention it that at some point in the future, this when we have the new block model, this will happen. And it will simplify a lot the way that we build blocks and the way that we style the blocks. Yeah, so this is the view. This is the edit, which is a little bit more convoluted. It has also the same view components. And we have also the call to the sidebar portal. You know that this is a little bit of boilerplate mainly, and we're grabbing the block schema from here and passing it to the data form. This is also boilerplate. If you ever did a block, you'll probably be using the same pattern. And then finally, we have the schema. The schema, we have an empty schema, in fact. We are adding the styling wrapper properties. You can do that also in your blocks, and this is something that is done in core, and it's I encourage you to do the same. If you have a block and you want it to be style wrapper ready, you have to have in the schema of your block the styles key and the styles field set, and this does it for you. So you pass the schema, and this adds the required field set and fields that the style wrapper requires for it to work. And finally, we are adding this widget that is a block with widget, and we are adding it to the schema wrapper. To the block style wrapper, and it's done this way. It's also boilerplate. I mean, there's nothing in there. And here is what do you need to parameterize the block with? No other things involved. So let's see the outcome of this. Should be open. Let's try to add a block in here. Hello. And, okay, yes, we have our block ready here, and this is how my block looks like in edit mode, right? And I have the widget already showing in here that for now it doesn't do anything, right? Well, it does do anything, but still it's not applying any styles. We will see that in a bit. And if you save, you have the view component in here. Okay, fine. What this widget that is working with the style wrapper do actually? It goes to the block styles and the class names, and it applies a CSS property. For example, here it's the default size, and here this one is the narrow, and this one is the layout. So if you see, every time that I click on a button, this change, and this CSS property is changing. So now it's block width, default container width, but if I change it, it will be narrow container width, and so on and so forth. Now it will be layer. So I have to grab this definition that the block is, that the style wrapper is injecting in here, and I have to act upon in my styling. How I will do that? I will do that by going to the creating a theme folder. And this is another thing in order to customize add-ons that you are able to do. And this is a Volto feature also. So you create a folder in here and you call it theme inside your SRC folder. And in this theme folder, you drop a new file and you call it main.scss. Okay. Now, when I restart my server, this main SCSS file, it will be compiled along to the other SCSS files of my theme, right? It won't be I won't be injecting the CSS anywhere, whatever. No, it will be in a controlled way. So my theme will load them at the right moment. And this happens for all the add-ons. And this is also quite powerful because depending on the order of your add-ons, this CSS that your add-on is defining is going to be to have this order also. So your add-ons will be able to inject CSS and styling in the order of your add-ons are defined. So now we have this main CSS, and we are able to touch things to style our components using this file.
I just want to say that this functionality is there from Volto 17. So if you want to try this style of developing, it's quite well supported as a backward compatibility in case you're not on the latest version. So having a theme with the SCSS instead of the less Pastanaga theme is quite well supported, and as you will see, also useful in this demo.
Yeah, Katya is asking, it has to be named underscore main CSS. Yes, it has to, because it's the build is who collects these files and is looking for a specific name. In this case, underscore main CSS. We have yet another option, which is underscore variables. Whoops. And here, the contents of this file will be injected at the very top of the theme. So you will be able to inject your own variables to all the builds and all the add-ons. And these add-ons, so these variables will cascade through the whole build of the theme, not only your add-on. One of the things that this aims to solve is, for example, that in add-ons we use not to have access to the variables of the semantic UI build or the variables set also in other themes like Volto Live theme or things like that. In this way, this file is taking part of the same build that is building the theme. So it's all cohesive. You're using the same, you can use the same variables as the theme does. You can even inject your own variables so other add-ons can use them as well. So yeah, it's quite convenient. Yeah. Also to mention that we're using this approach because it worked so well that we're using this approach also for theming 7, the evolution, you know, that we're working on the new and the evolution of Volto. And we're using these, but we are using other conventions just to make sure that they do not clash with the old ones. But the idea will be the same.
Maybe you can also open a bit the main and the variables from Volto Live theme. This is to show that you could actually take a variable that is defined in Volto Live theme and customize it in our variable, and then we'll see the change.
Yeah, I will do that. Should I finish this first, and then we can go to the other?
Yes. Yes,
so
sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, just to have things ordered, and we don't go, we don't deviate from what we're doing, and we are about to finish, right? So yeah, let's do this. So this is the block hands-on and the block inner container, and we have it in here, right? I mean, if we take a look at the add-in component, we have the CSS in here. So we have block hands-on and we have the block inner container. And what we want to do is to make that block inner container are short that have a width, a specific width, right? So what we do is to address this with a selector and say, no, the width is going to be bar the CSS property that the style wrapper is setting for us, right? So at the moment that we do this and we do that as well, so we have this working since the CSS property that is coming from here, you see, is cascading to this SCS, to this class name, and this class name is setting block width, which is 940 in here. And if we change the width with the buttons, you see that now we have a reactive block working at the size that we want. Okay, let's put this a little bit nicer. So let's put a padding in here. And let's do one of the other things that we wanted to do. So what if I want to use one of the variables that I am injecting as the site customization? So I will have to wire it up, because let's say that I want to use the background color, the accent color of which is called now because the colors mapped in the site properties are mapped to these CSS properties, right? And at the moment that we do this, we go here and we have the default color that is assigned to accent color, right? And as a background color. And when we save, then it's saved. And let's see how it changes, right? Let's go to the Plone side now, and let's try to change that color and see that it's wired there, and it's the background color is this one, and hey, now it's wired to my color as well. Okay, you see? So yeah, that will be the idea. Then this color, now, yeah, we could even customize the color of the text, and you will do it like this, right? So it's a color and the accent foreground color, which is the other, how it's named, the other customization color. And now you are able to go here again, and in the here, and you can say that to set that to white. Now it's viewable and everything. Yeah. And also it will tell you if both complies with the contrast in WCA, right? Okay. Yeah, I think that was the demo that we wanted to do. Right, David? Did I miss something?
Yes, and now I guess would be a good time to show a little bit the colors from the variables from Volto Light theme, maybe because
here
a lot of these things that you see right now are coming from the widgets that were added in Volto Light theme. And there's also a color styling and not just the block aligned. And if you know of these variables, you can also change them and affect the site theming.
Yeah, you could do that easily, right? I mean, and even have your own behaviors that sum up to these colors, right? For example, here the name of the colors, right, is primary foreground accent color, accent foreground color, secondary foreground, and secondary color. And you could have your own behavior in your own package and then make that your color sum up to this, okay? Yeah. Where are these injected? Because it's something that we haven't seen that yet, right? This is another good question, right, David? I mean, we haven't shown it.
Yes.
Let's see where it is. If we open the head tag at the very end, we have this style, and we have injected what we have set, the colors that we have set at the very top. So we have the accent color and the foreground color set at the top. Then these cascades through all this HTML, and it's being applied wherever it's needed, right? Who does this? Let's take a look at the component who does this, because to be honest, it's not black magic. I mean, it's just a component that is in here. Let me see. Theming. So this is the component. Let me make this a little bit bigger. This is a component that injects those into the header, and how it does that. So with the helmet property, so you say helmet style, and then you build the root given the settings. And the settings are those coming from you select, you see where it is. Yes, in here. So it's coming from the content, components, inherit, Volto Light theme, the data. This we saw at the beginning of the session, right? And then this goes here, and then they are set in here. This is how you make it reactive. So we told, hey, no, until I save, I won't see the changes, but it's nice that you see the changes as soon as you are changing them. How we do that? Well, we are using also a thing that it's in Volto core since, I think this is done in 18, not in 17, right? But in 18, we have the contents of the form data, meaning what the whole form in edit and in add components, we have it as a global state. So we can look at the current values, the ones that are live, the ones that you're changing, and then you can have conditions, something like that. So if I am in the edit mode, I will use the live ones, and if I'm in the view mode, I will use the ones that comes from the normal data, right? And this way you have live data everywhere. And again, it's nothing that it's in VLT, it's in Volto core since Volto 18, I think since the first final. It was one of the latest alphas, I think. And you can add, live powers to your forms. make things happen in the site on the fly, right? Are you doing something like this, David, or not yet?
Not yet, but I think it's a great feature to have. And we still have some add-ons with the way we customize the styling, but this opens up a lot of possibilities for us. There's a question, maybe which we could track right now. They want to add a custom variable field in the right sidebar. Can you show how those color options were added in the behavior? If somebody wants to add some more.
Yeah, let's do it in the current behavior. Well, where can we do it? No, we can't do it here. We have to do it in the other. How we can do that quick and dirty? So yeah, again, the idea is that you can add your own behavior, and these behaviors sum up to the things. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if we can do that quickly or not.
It doesn't. I don't think we need to necessarily make it happen right now, but just show how the behavior was created to have all of those variables. And if somebody wants to customize it, they can do so.
Yeah, for example, let's show it in here, right? In the Volto like theme itself. Yeah. So this is the original behavior. If I want to have another field in here, so I will add it, right? And I will, whatever. Header containers, action container width. And then I will go and I will generate a field for this, right? Either action container in the text line. Yeah, sure. I like this, yeah. And then you will have another field, right? And when I restart the server, I will have this field available in my sidebar, right? Because it's a behavior. It's like the ones that we did always, right? And then since the expander is looking for the changes that are of this behavior, remember the expander? So if we go to here, the expander is asking for the behaviors, right? Here, inherit, expand inherit behaviors, Volto light theme header, Volto light theme, or Volto footer. Then it will come with the data, the response data in here, and I will have in here in the inherit, I will have the new field in here in data. Automatically, it won't have to happen anything. If you are building another behavior and you want to complement these ones, you can do that also, but then you will have to call the expander with your behavior, right? So your behavior will show in here, and it will have its own data, its own from, and then you will be able to add this to access this field in the endpoint response. Yeah, as I said, it's nothing that it's difficult, but it will take us 5 to 10 minutes to set that up. And at the end, it's dexterity, right? It's content. It's Plone content types. It's not that it's different than what we're used to.
Yeah, which unfortunately we seem to be out of time. But as we have linked to the Plone add-on for the live theme, you can look in there how the behavior was constructed to have the CSS, and I mean, yeah, the options to have several colors, and the only thing that you would need to do is add another color and it should show up in the sidebar. If you have any other questions, maybe we should have a form or some way of gathering these questions and maybe we can modify. We also have a GitHub repo where we have this data for you to play with. Yeah, we look forward to any other questions you might have, because maybe if we can't answer them, if the demo doesn't answer it for you, it can be answered within another screencast. I just pasted in the chat the repo where you can also play with everything we have. And yeah, I think in wrap up, play with this and let us know with the inherit, with the Volto live theme, with how you would add your own add-on. And if there's anything missing, or if something you don't find that straightforward, let us know. Get in front-end Volto, or I don't know, Erico, maybe you can mention other ways of communicating with us.
Yeah, I guess in Discord also, in the repo.
Discord, community.plone.org are the best places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to have these Volto hands-ons for you, the community, and if there are pain points or ideas that you have with the Volto, but you don't know how to do it, let us know. And if it's something that we can demo within an hour or so, then we would love to make this happen for you. So it must be a community-driven effort. You need to let us know what you want, and we'll try to make it for you. That's my ending remark.
Yeah. Thanks a lot to everybody who attended.
And also, yes, we can't end without asking for maybe a like and subscribe if you liked it. Let people know. If, again, you have Volto questions, add them so that we have a good base for ideas for future hands-ons. And also, if somebody is good at talking and at presenting and wants to do this, also get in touch with Erico and Victor, because I'm sure they would love to have such a thing, and maybe in the future even in other languages if there's enough interest in presenters. Yeah.